So when I first started off, knowing what the hell to ask general partners before investing in one of their deals, I'm fortunate enough to have a base knowledge of what's a good deal versus what's a bad deal. But when I first started investing, I had never invested in a 100+ unit apartment community passively or actively for that matter. So I didn't know every little small detail to ask. And as time has gone on, I've developed a list of questions, kind of like a checklist of like somewhere between 15 and 20 questions, or things that I want to know about before investing in a deal, and things that, in my opinion, are telltale signs whether it's going to be a good deal or a bad deal. So one of those, as an example, is before I invest with somebody, I think the number one thing you can ask them is kind of a 3-part question. What's the most recent deal you did? Can I see a copy of the webinar when you were raising equity for that deal? So this way I know what your projections were. And then can I see your most recent monthly report on that deal? Because I want to be able to compare the projections versus the actuals to see if they're like somebody who's like a rah-rah guy who's full of shit basically, and is saying we're going to do all this, we're going to have a great deal, and then the deal falls on its face. So that's a good way to kind of have somebody put their money where their mouth is. I'm not going to sit up here and lie and say I've invested in all great deals. I've invested in one really horrible deal passively. So, but you learn a lot of lessons. Inevitably, I will wind up getting my money back that I invested on that deal, but there's no cash flow being distributed on that deal. But again, fortunately, I'm fortunate that early when I first started investing, I invested in that deal, and I learned a lot from it. And those are lessons that I use to take on the next properties that I invest in. Things that I look for, not only because I still passively invest. Things that I look for not only in passive investments, but also deals that I'm looking to syndicate myself as well.